What's up guys, my name is Your Heroes and welcome back to more Gates of Hell. Now, as you know, in the last video I talked about how an old video and how I was able to kind of update it in a way so you guys are able to understand Gates of Hell a wee bit more in 2024. And as you know, the game progresses really fast throughout the years and has upgraded so much. And in this video, what I'm going to be talking about is advanced hotkeys. Now, in this video, as you can hear right in front of you, I've talked about hotkeys that you need to know for beginners. In this video, it basically just talks about, how to control units, how to control tanks, a wee bit here and there. But we are going to the more advanced stuff. So if you want to kind of stop this video and you want to learn a wee bit about the basics, hotkeys of the game, then make sure you go check it. This video is really useful and I actually got a lot of views, so thank you so much for that, and a lot of likes. And a lot of you actually commented on it as well, which I really do love. So thank you to everybody that commented down below and also helped as well. So, and a few of you do actually want to know about different things about one is saying please do more advanced hotkeys, and then is there any hotkeys for movement mode, which I'll be discussing today. And there's even one that says it's been really helpful, which says use the C key for bodies and then V for weapons, which is very true. I'll maybe do that in a wee short video. For those who are kind of wanting an advanced video, it has finally come after, let's see, after 2 years almost. This one was uploaded the 12th of November 2021, but now it finally caught up and we are moving on to the advanced keys. So if you guys would like to see more of these helpful tips and tricks videos, make sure you leave a like, subscribe if you're new, and let's just get straight into the video. Alright guys, here we are. So the first one I actually want to talk about is that I actually have about 7 of these that I want to show you, and the reason they may seem quite simple, but in reality they're actually quite hard to actually find, especially for maybe more advanced players or advanced stuff like this, because even though they can blatantly kind of shout out, oh, here's a button and it's right here, but to us it's quite hidden, it's quite advanced, and it's sometimes quite hard to know when to use it or where to use it or when to use it or how to even use it. So therefore, the first one I like to talk about is your minimap, as you can see right here. And your minimap is going to be in your top left. Now, the way you can actually, there's a way you can go into Minimap Options, which is Control and M, and this allows you to go into the Minimap Options, which allows you to position it either top left or top right. Preferably I like to have it top left, and you can actually change the size of the minimap. So you can have it really small, which I don't advise, or you could have it relatively medium, which is probably about a good size, or you can have it massively, which takes up your whole screen. But if you like that, then go for it. But I wouldn't recommend it, as you need to see part of the battlefield as well. So I would probably put it in the medium section as well. And the transparency just basically just shows whether how much you want to actually see of the map. So you can, you can have it, completely just, transparent with only the capture points, being seen, or you can actually show, the whole, detail of the map as well. You can enable buttons which allow you to kind of zoom it in, zoom it out, which by the way I would highly recommend you keep them on, because this allows you to just zoom in or zoom out just from this. You can show tracers, which I would again also show, which is like bullets, because bullets, when you shoot bullets, it actually shows them in the map as well. And then show the compass, which shows you your south, west, north, east, which again is very useful for maybe when setting up a defense. So that is your Minimap Options. So Control M is how you do it. The next one I want to show you is Selection Circle. Now this is, I think, a relatively new thing to the game, but basically what Selection Circle is, instead of clicking left mouse and it basically highlights the whole, the selection of troops you're on. Well, basically, if you just press J, this circle appears and this allows you to select the units that you want. So as you can see, I have now selected the troops, the tank, the anti-tank gun, and the artillery. So I've selected everything on here, besides the 2 infantry, because you can't have more than a group. But let's say I just want to select on it, a tank and a couple troops, I can do that. Or if I want to just select the artillery, so the 2 artillery pieces and the 80 gun, then I can do that. Let's say I just wanted to, I just want to like a couple of infantry, then I can do it like that as well. So J basically allows the circle to appear and allows you to select the troops or the units that you want, which to us I think is very useful, because even, I mean, it's very much 50-50 on whether you just kind of want to highlight it in this way or just press J, which allows you to, you know, set it as much as possible. Let's say if you don't want to, you know, let's say you want to, you know, only select a small one, you know, because this is the largest, then just move over an area where there's no troops and then just do it slightly. You know, there's no stop button, there's no stop area, you kind of just have to judge it quite well. So that is your selection circle, which is relatively new and I actually kind of like it. So there you go, that is selection circle. The next one is change. This is your change firing mode and your firing movement. Both are actually very similar in keys. One of them is actually just right beside each other, and it is the circular brackets. Now, of course, circular brackets are, you know, the ones where they're kind of like that, even though that's a really bad way of showing you. I'll probably put a picture up as well, but basically, if you can see that I've got my vehicle, my infantry here, and you can see at the bottom right shows you your firing mode and your movement mode. But basically, if you use the circle brackets, which is beside your letter P on your keyboard, let's say you select your units, you can see at the bottom, if you look towards the bottom right of your screen, you can see that my firing mode, you can also see in the icon here that it is actually changing the firing mode, which is very useful instead of actually going all the way down and clicking it, although some people might find that easier, but a lot of you might not know that this is actually another way of changing firing modes. For movement mode, again, it's very much the same, except it's just the other circular bracket, so it's beside the first circular bracket. So again, select your units, and as you can see, they're in, you know, standing position, or they're in the, you know, they were in the original movement mode, which is kind of move at will, but you can either press the second bracket, circular bracket, which allows you to hold position, or move at will, which allows them to kind of go wherever they want. So that is your firing mode, your firing movement, and your movement, your actual change movement mode. So it's your circular brackets for those. The next one is separation squad. Now, separation squad is relatively easy. So basically, there's a new button that in this game that allows you to separate your squad. So let's say you don't want to put your squad as in, you know, a whole squad, you want to pick an individual unit. You could go to the bottom right here and it says dismiss squad, which allows you to, you know, dismiss your whole squad. But there's an easier way of doing that, and all it is just by pressing K, you know, for kilo, and this allows you to separate your squad. It's effectively just the same thing, but you're not moving your mouse all the way down, you know, because you might be micromanaging in a, you know, in a heat of battle, we might be doing something. So, you know, actually selecting an individual infantry could actually be useful in the heat of battle. So that is the letter K for separate squads, and it is very, very useful. Okay, second last thing I wanted to about is changing artillery position or changing AT gun position. Now, as you know, this is probably one of the most common things, or most, you know, basically the best thing you can do in the game, because it allows you to determine whether you want to move your AT gun or make it stand. Now, there's two ways of, you know, doing it the long way, which is basically just double right clicking, you know, which allows them to move constantly, or you can, and then if you want to stop it, you have to go down and click it on the button down here and then press it again to stand it up. But there's an easier way of doing it. Now, as it actually highlights what button to press, but if you just press left shift, this allows you to change the position of the artillery position. So it's left control allows you to make it stand, and then you can move it, or you can just, in the middle of moving, you can just press it down again to quickly, you know, if there's a tank approaching and you're moving, you're on the move, your artillery or your men are moving the tank, you can just quickly press left control, and that allows your artillery to quickly set up and then shoot the tank. So that is left control for artillery movement. The last one, is pretty basic, but I still think a lot of people would miss this, and I would say it's advanced. It's by taking a screenshot, and I know that sounds quite insane, you know, taking a screenshot. That's easy. It's just by pressing the screenshot button on your keyboard. Wrong. Not for Gates of Hell. It's actually F12, and this allows you to take a screenshot. So if you want to get into cinematic mode, by the way, I've talked about this in my basic one, it's Control-Alt-Shift-D, and this allows you to get your cinematic mode. But let's say you want to take a nice lovely screenshot of this beautiful Pershing and you know this priest behind you, then you have to press F12 and you hear a little thing come up, a little sound come up, which was you usually hear in my videos anyway. But this allows you to take a screenshot of the game you're currently in, and it allows you to actually, you know, get a really good shot as well. So there we go, guys. That is the more advanced hotkeys that you need to know in Gates of Hell. I hope you have enjoyed today's video. If you did, make sure you leave a like, and if you're new, make sure you do subscribe. And if you would like to see more hotkeys tips and tricks, make sure you let me know down below. Or if you think I've missed any important hotkeys, then let me know in the comments down below. But other than that, guys, thank you so much for watching and our support, and I will see you in the next video. See you later, and goodbye.